Morning guys. So I recently stumbled across a report compiled by CRM providers HubSpot. They have done a load of research since the pandemic into customer experience, and the report was really interesting. One of the things I loved most was the fact that it essentially backs up a long-held belief of mine that technology simply cannot replace people in customer experience. So as many robots as we're building, we aren't ever going to get rid of that need for the human touch. And I looked into this report and the more I read, the more it got me thinking about just the implications, I suppose, to your customer experience, to the design of your strategy. What's clear from their report is that whether or not you're B2C or B2B, essentially the thing that you really need to be focusing on is H to H, that human to human interaction, and that element of your customer experience strategy that simply cannot be replaced by technology alone. Now, there are loads of benefits to using technology in your customer experience, whether or not it's using things like chatbots to replace the general inquiries so that your actual staff members can deal with more complex cases that come through that maybe can't be handled by a chatbot, or whether it's using things like a CRM to capture data, report on it, and then analyze that data to help you prioritize the changes that you might want to make in your customer journey. There's definitely room for technology, but where you could fall down is if you see that technology as a replacement to people in that business. If you see it as a way to save money on headcount, then actually it could be really damaging to your business. Some of the stats in the report were really surprising. Things like 16% of consumers who were unable to reach a real live person at a pivotal point in their purchasing journey just abandoned that purchase, full stop. Now, when it comes to great big grand stats, 16% doesn't necessarily sound huge. But if you think about your revenue over the last year, if you think about what having 16% more revenue could do for your business, then actually all of a sudden that statistic feels a lot more relevant, doesn't it? And then there was another stat in there, which again, it just kind of really blew my mind really, which was that 45% of customer experience professionals surveyed had declared that as a B2B customer, they had actually resorted to complaining on social media or on review sites about not being able to get hold of a real life person when they needed to. So the one thing that's really, really clear is that actually people are still so important to how your customers feel about the service that you're providing. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution, sadly, as much as I'd love to give you the answers right here and right now. There is no one-size-fits-all. So really, the best thing that you can do is to try to find that right blend of technology and people to drive really strong improvements in your customer experience. But essentially, if in doubt, if you don't know what that right blend is, then it goes back to my regular advice, which really is to just talk to your customers, ask them what they want, ask them how you're doing, and make it as easy as possible for them to feed back to you in a way that's convenient to them. So I've actually left a link to the report in the comments in case you wanted to check out the full report. Let me know your thoughts. I'm really interested to hear how you found it and what your take is on some of those mind-blowing stats. Thanks very much for watching, guys.